pickup truck here, four-wheel drive, low range pickup truck out of the ruts after we did a little road reconstruction to save the vehicle. So thought it wouldn't be wise to try to get this out there. We thought if the weather was good, we could get out onto the top of that Bittersea Wash and look down. Basically, Bittersea Wash and Kaibab Canyon are head cuts from the Grand Canyon, the Colorado River, that work their way back up into these more resistant layers of rock up in this part of the plateau. And Bittersea Wash probably about 100 feet deep, and maybe it's got some vertical walls on it, but where we would cross, it's more sloped. But it would be within the utility corridor or the transmission line corridor that's identified along here. And then Kaibab Canyon's depends on where you are, but it's up to 300 feet deep and a little bit wider. Again, we would come down a fairly steep slope, and the pipeline would cross through the canyon and back up. Bedrock here is pretty close to the surface because we're quite a ways away from the Vermilion Cliffs that are up on the reservation, and that alluvial material just doesn't work its way down here as fast. So there's a lot deeper soils closer to the Vermilion Cliffs, and out here the bedrock's pretty close to the surface, probably within about a foot in most places. 6 inches in some places and an inch in other places. There are a couple of drainages that come back down here. Pipe Wash is one of them, a fairly significant wash. If you look at it on Google Earth, it looks just like kind of a bunch of fingers, distributaries and tributaries coming back in together. And you get out there, it's about 15, 20 feet deep in places where it's cut through these soils that sit back up along parts of the alignment. There are certainly some construction challenges with putting in a big project like this. This road would be an access road for construction of the south alignment of the pipeline. The proposed action. So they would bring equipment and the pipe materials and whatever other materials they would need to down to the south alignment here. Along the existing highway alignment alternative through the reservation parallel to Arizona 389, they would just use 389 and staging areas along there to store the materials and the pipe and so on. So we've been really lucky here for a couple of minutes with the weather. Let's not take any more chances. Jim, did you want to
just describe the highway alignment where we'll be traveling next?
Okay.
Where the pipeline is and whatnot.
Yeah. So we'll be going back out on the same road. We'll stop and let those that have vehicles parked out at the parking lot there along the highway to get back to their vehicles. And we'll be going up to Pipe Spring, and we'll stop there. We'll actually get to take a look at a couple of silent pincushion cactus, which are the listed plant species that grows in the gypsum soils that are out pretty common right along portions of the Highway 389 here. And the pipeline continues along the existing highway alignment alternative. Continues just north of the highway outside the fence line, all the way up to Pipe Spring and beyond, up when we go over Sheer Ridge. So we'll talk about that as we get to our next stop. So let's go ahead and make sure to keep a safe distance from the vehicle in front of you, since the